For years, schools taught the basics, reading, writing, arithmetic. And now the liberal arts colleges have infected these schools. A well-rounded education's basically white privilege and homeroom and abolish capitalism after recess. Critical race theory spreading like a disease. Teachers pushed politicians to ban it, and some did. But some teachers didn't see that as an order. They saw it as a challenge to bend the rules and change the names. On Friday, we aired hidden camera videos of Ohio school districts bragging about how the CRT sausage is made.
We have some parents that, they don't fully understand. So, it's when we trick them,
What do you mean?
But, similar situation. So if we have a certain content that we want to share with students, and they see one word in the language, it's like, oh no, we can't do that. Well, let's look at it from a different, viewpoint, and then it's changed. They're okay.
We reached out to that school district for comment, and they accused us of deceptively editing that video. That video we just showed you, there wasn't a single edit. And the group that goes undercover, Accuracy in Media, who does a great job, they left Ohio, and now they're in Utah, a place you'd never expect CRT. But look what they found.
What does the MAGA crowd or the church say when you start talking about social justice?
You teach it to a group of seniors at West Jordan High, and they don't.
They talk to students about what is diversity, what is microaggressions, especially at the middle school level.
Or even middle school, do they get any social justice?
Yeah, in junior high, yes.
We have a very close partnership with Planned Parenthood, and they come speak in our district all the time.
Whenever our team goes out, we don't do an opt-out prior to. They just go out, meet the kids, work with them. We operate like a math department.
Parents need to wake up. Don't listen to the media. They'll just spin this into, oh, you want to ban books or you don't want slavery taught in schools. That's BS. The truth is, we don't want our kids called colonizers in kindergarten. Is that too much to ask? And we don't want teachers sneaking around behind our backs. Those are our kids. They're not yours. Douglas Murray is a Fox News contributor. I didn't like that woman at the end who said they don't do the sign out sheet. You have to give your parents a little sheet. You're going on a field trip or anything. They don't even give that to the parents. That's sneaky.
Yeah, well, the whole thing has been sneaky. I mean, remember, ever since the CRT in schools issue first came up in this country, people from the teaching unions to individual teachers to Democrat politicians and others and campaigners have been saying the same thing. At one and the same time, they say, CRT is not taught in our schools.
Right.
CRT should be taught in our schools. CRT is good. There is nothing wrong with it, but it's also not being taught. None of that makes sense.
So it's obviously being taught because we have the video, and they're lying about not teaching it.
And I mean, that thing we just heard from Utah of, we operate like a maths department. Well, kind of, except that first of all, you haven't told the parents you're teaching this so-called math-like subject. And secondly, of course, as we know, CRT doesn't add up to anything. Right. The whole thing is a mess, and I've written about this at length, ideologically and everything else. The whole thing is a mess. In CRT land, 2 + 2 = 5. So no, they don't operate like a maths department. They operate like a systematic operation of brainwashing Americans' children into thinking that, America started in 1619, that everyone's a colonizer, that there is a hierarchy of oppression and much more. They just teach us gibberish. And so when when parents hear kids coming back from school spouting this, they spout it because they were taught it in the classroom, because, as Randy Weingarten and others know, it's a beautiful thing which they don't teach, and they do teach.
And everybody knows America started in the late 18th century when we beat the pants off of you guys.
Well, I mean, that's a disputed issue.